Greetings, Rob Chassner here, and this video is a training video for what we refer to as the Horseman package. And anything that is said here is private, special, and priority, and not to be reproduced or used for any other parties other than you who have received it from me. And thank you for your compliance in that. So the Horseman package, essentially, the whole idea is now that you've become a private pre-1933 citizen, what you want to do is, as you begin to understand that everything in commerce is an implied trust, and you're changing those to expressed trusts, and rather than being the trustee in the implied trust, which is the liable party, you become the beneficiary, which is the party in charge of the trust. So the Horseman package typically is sent out to some public officials whose job description would include for them to help you or assist you as your trustee with that all capital letter name trust to settle all matters. And you, as the beneficiary, would then direct them with a trust directive. But before you do that, it's always a good idea to get their agreement or a tacit agreement that they will handle this particular trust with these title numbers. So I'm going to briefly go over these documents. This is not a real complicated issue. There's 3 sets of documents in the Horseman package. I'm only going to go over the first one today, which will be those documents which I've sent to you, those who have received this video. So the first one is a notice of interest, and you'll notice that it's addressed to 5 people, 5 public officials. That's a little bit overkill, so to speak. I personally, what I do now is I send it to one real party at the Internal Revenue Service, maybe Ursula Gillis, or the commissioner of the, Ursula is a CFO, or the commissioner of the IRS. I would send it to the Secretary of the Treasury, and I would send it to the Treasurer of the United States. So those 3 parties, that's who I would send it to. And the rest of them you can delete. And what you want to do is you want to, again, in these documents, all capital letters, all small letters, all punctuations are intentional. And so you want to change this information to your information by editing, and then you can send to me for me to do editing comments to check your editing. So the first is called a notice of interest. You're notifying them of what it is that you would like them to do and be, which is to be the trustee of your trust. All right, that's document number 1. Now I'm going to find document number 2 real quick. Document number 2 is very clear and simple. You're to take a true copy of your recorded declaration of status. So you're going to have to make 3 copies of that and send that in with the package, the declaration of status and the exhibits that you filed into the public record. Many of you did it at Lamar County, Georgia. The third document is a certificate of true copy of your Social Security card, and you would attach a true copy to that. And in order to do a true copy, what I do is I make a front and back copy on the face page of a copy, and then I write in blue ink true copy, and then I autograph it and date it. All right, let's take a look at the 4th document. The 4th document is a notice of a private trust. So that's very clear. It's very simple. And the trust name, of course, is going to be your all capital letter name. The 5th document, need to open that real quick. This is a true copy of your certificate of live birth, and I send in a true copy of the front and the back. And then we've got I have this labeled as 5A. This would be a notice of deed of acknowledgement and acceptance with consideration. And remember, when you do consideration, you want to do a $1 stamp and sign over it on page 1, as well as page 4. But in this case, you've already done that with your declaration of status. I would just take a copy of that. Even though it's in the package, I would take another copy of that and put that in as document 5A. All right, I got to pull up another screen here. Number 6, declaration of true copy of Social Security card. This is duplication, so you don't need to do 2 copies. I did, but you don't need to, being a bit compulsive. Number 7, document number 7, is a private business trust, notice of claims, conveyance, and private title. So that has to be edited as well. And sent to me for checking of the editing that you've done. And remember, all punctuations, all capital letters, all lowercase letters, they're all intentional. And then there's one more document, which is an instructional page, which you can read through. It might give you a little bit more background to what I'm explaining and describing here on this video. All right, it's really not that difficult. It's fairly simple. Take these documents, if you choose, edit them, send me a draft for me to check. And let's see, there is one more document in this package. This has to do with mailing. I'm just going to download this. It'll be another couple seconds. And that's just instructions on how to send it registered or certified. I personally would send this registered. All right, I don't think there's anything else to discuss on this particular video. So this is something that you would likely want to have done if you've already completed your declaration of status and the 13 exhibits and had them filed into the public record. Now you want to establish a trustee relationship with these 3 public officials so that you can do trust business, such as set-offs to zero out accounts on offers of obligation. All right, hope this has been helpful and informative. Thank you for viewing.